Okay, so as you all know, the term's going to start next week. And what I wanted to do before we started is just send out this reasonably short video about what the course is going to look like. So every week, some videos like this are going to be released. And they're going to be released on two formats, on YouTube and on Blackboard. And they'll be identical. The stuff on YouTube and the stuff on Blackboard will be exactly the same. And the idea is that you can go... I imagine that a number of you might find YouTube a more convenient way of viewing the material. So that's why it's going up on there. So, and of course you can subscribe to the YouTube, to my YouTube channel, and then you'll get notifications when new videos get released. So that might be the easiest way to do things. But if you're not comfortable with YouTube, you're not used to it, you'd rather use Blackboard, that's fine too. As I say, the material will be exactly the same. All right, now each week I'm going to release the equivalent of 1 2-hour lecture. So I'm going to recover the same amount of material will be released as I would cover in a normal 2-hour lecture, face-to-face lecture. But they won't be released in 2-hour blocks, right? Each video is about 20 minutes, something like that long. Some are a little bit longer and some are a little bit shorter. But each week, a block of information will be released that's about the equivalent of a 2-hour lecture. So you'll be learning at the same pace as you would be if you were learning face to face. Okay, so and each week, or maybe not every week, because we might not do it to start with. I'll just have to see how we go. You may not have enough information to do this to start with, but I'm going to have quizzes that will be available for you to take on Blackboard. These will be quizzes that you can do online and get immediate feedback for. And the reason for doing this is if you do them every week, you'll know that you're keeping up to date with the course, and you'll also have a pretty fair idea about how you're taking in the material. And you might be surprised by how useful these things are. It's always a sort of standard joke that in courses like this you might have quizzes of this kind. People think it's ridiculous, and I thought it was ridiculous, except I tried it one year and it turned out to be a really successful way of identifying what students were and were not learning. So I would really encourage you to take these quizzes. They are optional. You don't get any credit for them, but they're not going to take you very long. And they're a good way of seeing how you're doing in the course, and also just a way of motivating yourself to keep up to date. Okay, I'll send out email information about that to you. If you have any questions for me, as no doubt you will as the course goes on, you could, if you're subscribing to YouTube, you could just stick them as a YouTube comment under on the video, and I'll see that and look at it and respond to you. Or there's a discussion board that's open on Blackboard that you could use, or of course you could email me in the standard way. I plan to have some probably hopefully live Q&A sessions that I will run on YouTube. And once I've recorded them, which I will do, I will also post them on Blackboard. So everything that's on YouTube will also be on Blackboard. Okay, now it's really best if you've got questions for me that you send them to me before the live Q&A sessions, because one problem I know that lots of people have with running live Q&A sessions is that the questions come so quickly and then disappear off the screen, and while you're trying to answer somebody else's question, someone asks a question and it disappears. So it's really best if you can send the questions to me beforehand. And I say do it in any way you like. Put it on the discussion board, put it on the YouTube comments, send me an email, whatever you like, and whatever works best for you. That's how this course is supposed to work, really. Whatever works best for you is fine. Okay, now I need to talk a little bit about the Blackboard site, because even if you're using YouTube, there are a couple of things on here that you will need, and so we'll switch to that now. Okay, so here's the Blackboard page. Now, let me apologize for the audio quality of this. My software for this is not very good the audio quality when I start doing screenshots, but hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, so this is just, well, first of all, you won't have this thing up here, student preview mode on. This is just to make my screen look like yours. But here you'll see the study guide with information about the course. And down here, there's readings, PowerPoints, discussion board, multimedia extras, assessments and announcements. Now, the assessments are not, there's nothing there yet, except something telling you that something will be there in the future, because we don't need to worry about assessment just yet. The announcements are all stored here, just like they are on any other Blackboard page. The readings for the course are all contained in here, and this will take forever to come up because this is, after all, AUT. Well, here you go. Okay. Now, the key readings here in the textbook called The Moral Foundations of Politics by Ian Shapiro. And this is an online book, or this is a link to the online version of the book. Here is a link to the print version of the book. Now, you could buy the print version of the book if you wanted, but I'm not suggesting you do. It seems to me the online version will be fine as long as you don't mind reading stuff online. And that's the key readings. There's also this book called Contemporary Political Philosophy and Introduction, which I think it's a much bigger book, much longer, much more in depth, but it is also very useful. Now, you'll see that the readings aren't organized into weeks. They're organized around topics, and that's because that's how we're going to construct our material. It's all organized around topics. So I'm going to leave it to you. I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out, right, which topic we're doing at the moment and which readings you should be doing. Now, the key thing is to read it for each topic, to read the textbook. So to read the stuff in the Moral Foundations of Politics for each topic. Ideally, for every topic we do, you would read this relevant section of that book. Now, as I'll talk about later, when you come to choose your topic to write on, right, that is for the assessment, you'll be able to focus more narrowly, and then you'll be able to do more reading in that area. But what I'm looking for at the beginning is that people would do the reading in the textbook. If you want to do other reading as well, that's fine. So look under here, libertarianism. This is the textbook. I'd hope people would read that. And here's the extra reading, right, that you can do. Now, if you did that if you just did it as a matter of course, that would be fantastic. But I'm not expecting that. All right, I am expecting that everyone, however, reads the textbook. So for each topic, we're going to start with natural law theory, then we go on to utilitarianism, then we go on to neoclassical utilitarianism. If everyone could do the textbook reading for that course. Okay, I hope that's clear enough. Now, you'll see on the lectures, sometimes I refer to PowerPoints. They're all available here, so you can just download them. You don't need to copy them out or anything like that. Here's a discussion board with nothing else in it. Yep, there's just discussion board, and no one's posted anything yet, but hopefully that will change in the near future. And I've got this multimedia extras, which is just another couple of online courses that you may want to look at. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. Send them to me about the course, anything at all. The study guide is up on Blackboard, so that will hopefully answer a number of your questions. But if you have any more questions, there's the discussion board, there's the YouTube comments to this video. You can email me and I'll answer them. And if they're good general questions, I'll make sure I answer them in a way that everyone gets the answer. So I hope the course goes well for you. I hope you enjoy it. You'll see that a lot of the videos I've made quite some time ago, as in during the lockdown. So I made them a few months ago when it was warm and not raining very much. You'll see why that's significant in one of the videos. The color grading in the first few videos isn't very good, so you'll have to just forgive me. I was learning and I got better as time went on. I think I'm a little bit better now, although no doubt I could splash out a fortune on getting some decent lighting. But anyway, I hope the course goes well. Don't forget, if you want to be in touch, and we'll discuss matters. So cheers.